Hello. No, you went to... Right.
Okay, we've got...
Hello everyone! And welcome to the Falling Star Wrestling News. This month's edition is for April, but previously we had a very eventful March take place. But now we're going to review what happened in April. We had the first stop off in a very personal rivalry, and we also had the beginning of the King of the Ring tournament.
That is true. We also saw Big Effin' Joe take on Furio. Used some audience members, created absolute chaos there in Durham.
The following match on the show in Durham on the 5th of April was the All-Pro Sean Stone, and he defeated the Clarence. The Clarence?
The Clarence.
He defeated the Clarence.
He defeated Clarence.
Also known as the Sassy Bear Clarence. With a little bit of cheating, his hand was on the tights, and who'd be the referee for that?
I don't know, man. There were some dodgy referees. But also on the same show, we saw Robbie Lewis win an Academy Fatal 4-Way Challenge.
He did. He defeated Harvey Haymaker, Joey Garcia, and JJ King. Another match that took place in Durham was the Next Level Jaden Scar defeating Alex Miller.
In his hometown as well, that poor boy. That losing streak is still growing. But you know what? I've still got some faith in that boy, you know. He nearly won that match.
Absolutely, absolutely. If it wasn't for Jaden's foot being on the rope, the 3 was counted. But unfortunately, the foot was spotted on the rope. So therefore, Alex Miller got caught in the chicken wing, and that was it.
I agree. That's some terrible officiating from that referee there. I mean, we could have just given him a win.
Oh, yeah.
Also at Durham, in our main event, it was Early Grave versus The Sound to determine our #1 contenders for the Falling Star Wrestling Tag Team Championships.
That's correct. Obviously, The Sound consisting of Bobby Adams and George Rashwood. That's his name, I believe, anyway. Obviously accompanied by Brody Knox almost every time. And the Early Grave consisting of the former heavyweight champion of the world, Callie Gray, and the current reigning heavyweight champion, Jack Landers.
That must have been a hell of an experience for them, yeah. But unfortunately, The Sound did win that and became the #1 contenders for the Falling Star Wrestling Tag Team Championships.
And finally, for the Durham show on the 5th of April, the highly personal rivalry, that rhymed, between PVC and Jimmy Starr had its first stop-off with Patrick Vincent Cloud defeating Jimmy Starr.
That he did. Again, a very personal rivalry. They took each other to war that night. There was thumbtacks, there was ladders, there was bodies spread all over the ring. Those two really left it in there, but I don't think they've left their beef aside.
I think you're absolutely right, because on the following show on the 20th of April at West Lynn, Jimmy Starr cut a promo just before his match with the Sassy Bear Clarence, where he signalled his intentions to follow through with this rivalry with PVC.
Again, he called out PVC, and he's not done with this. But the person he is done with, unfortunately, was the Sassy Bear Clarence, having won his match in the opening sections of that show. But
with
also,
a handful of the tights again. It seems to be a regular theme.
What's going on with these guys?
They must really want their tights. That's all I can make of it.
I think I'm going to stop wearing tights to the ring.
Just straight butt naked. Oh no.
Anyway, also on that show, there was our Falling Star Wrestling Tag Team Champions in action.
There were.
Taking on the team of Harvey Haymaker and Joey Garcia.
The Pitbulls do create dominant figures, and they proved that, as you can see above us, with this win over Harvey and Joey. So, with the King of the Ring tournament taking place, the first round taking place on the 20th of April at West Lynn, we had PVC in a match against Jaden Scar, the former King of the Ring, with Patrick Vincent Cloud taking the win.
That he did, but he didn't exactly do it alone.
No.
Well, you see, right at the very end there, we heard Crowley's music playing. So I have a feeling Crowley and Jaden still aren't through with one another.
Well, I'm sure we will have more information on that on the next episode of the Falling Star Wrestling News. But moving on to the next match, we had JJ King taking part in the King of the Ring. I'm going to stop before I start rapping, but, however, I have forgotten who he faced. Who did he face? Who? I can't...
Me!
No, it's the King of the Ring, not Stripping the Ring.
Well, I'm the king of stripping in the ring.
But you wrestled JJ. So you didn't strip in the ring?
Not quite. But yeah, I mean, that's how I qualified for the King of the Ring. And as you could hear...
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. As you could hear there, I mean, that crowd on that particular night of all nights was really, really powerful, man. Like, I have to admit, normally I don't particularly believe I've got what it takes, but on that night, that crowd made me believe it. Which brings me to our next match in the King of the Ring tournament. I think I'm going to approach this a bit differently to normal. This time, with the fans behind me, I truly do think we're in with a good shout, you know. I think this time, I could be the King of the Ring.
Also, following on in the first round of the King of the Ring tournament, the All-Pro Sean Stone defeated Robbie Lewis, Tyler Crow and Alex Miller in a fatal four-way match.
Yeah, by taking full advantage of the no DQ rules. Of course.
Well, what happened?
Well, the Wakefield Wrestling empire continues to grow as we met our debuting bad boy, Joey Naylor.
Okay, so Joey Naylor interfered in the match.
Absolutely.
And helped the All-Pro Sean Stone win.
Every time.
Briefcase wanker.
Our main event for the 20th of April in West Lynn was of course another King of the Ring qualifying match. But this was a triple threat match between Bobby Adams, Crowley, and a former King of the Ring winner himself, Callie Gray.
Correct, that's absolutely correct. Bobby Adams did take the win in that match. But it wasn't completely down to Bobby, because as we mentioned previously with Crowley's music playing between PVC's match with Jaden Scar appeared, as you can see above us now, and caused the distraction leading to Bobby Adams taking the victory in that match.
Again, I don't think those actions have gone unnoticed by Callie Gray there.
Absolutely not.
He did not seem impressed with those two.
And also in West Lynn, the final match to speak about on this episode of the Falling Star Wrestling News, the current champion, Mitch Basher, defended his belt against the rock star, George Rushwood.
That he did, but unfortunately we didn't get a decisive winner, with the match ending in a no contest.
I have a feeling in future there will be a follow-up match, and I have a feeling the rule set will change to incorporate the lack of that ending happening again.
Oh, I absolutely agree. That should be a no disqualification match.
Absolutely.
But that does mean that if Bobby Adams is able to win the King of the Ring tournament, that the Sound become #1 contenders for all three of the Falling Star Wrestling Tag Team and Championship belts.
I mean, that's true, but just as you beat JJ King, Bobby Adams still has to defeat you, and you're just as capable of winning that match as he is. So who's to say they'll end up as #1 contenders for all the belts when you've got just as much chance as he does?
You know what? Ordinarily I'd disagree with you. We've faced Bobby Adams and George Rushwood before, and yeah, we've never quite got the job done. But this time, with you in my corner and the crowd behind me, I think I could win this. I think I could be the 2024 King of the Ring tournament winner.
And I would just like to say, King Fear has a great ring to it.
Well, you know what you got to do, guys. If you believe in me and you want to see King Fear as your King of the Ring winner, then make sure you turn up on the 18th of May at West Lynn Sports and Social Club and give me everything you've got, guys, because I am going to need it. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that Bobby Adams is an easy match, because he is not. But this time, you know, I believe it. This time really could be the year for BCB.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if any of you show us the belief you have in us, then we will do our best, whether it's both of us, just me, or just King Fear himself. We will give it back to you as much as we can. And not only is both the semi-finals of that King of the Ring tournament taking place on the 18th, it's the 18th, the 18th of May, on the 25th of May at Weston Village Hall, the finals of the King of the Ring will take place, deciding who will be the 2024 King of the Ring.
Which means, hopefully, Jack Landers taught me everything I've known. I hope to see you there, pal.